Hello. Sorry I am so late. I had an email from Nick, and he pointed out to me that I hadn't actually put on to the campaign that you could get the paperback and spiral bound as an extra add-on. So I've put that on there. So that is now live, which is why I am a little bit late. I apologise. So we have Alien Sanctuary is here. Let me get the chat up. All right, here we are. Let me just check. All right, here we are. Let me just check. Oh, guys, I apologise. I am so. Dominic, how are you doing? So what I thought we'd do with this stream is we would have a brief look at the campaign, and then I'd switch across to the table, and I want to try and yeah, I know I'm late. Sorry, Mark. I'm going to set the table up over here, and just restructure the game that we started last time. Thank you, Darren, for the backing, and then we'll carry on with that. Now, I'm going to downsize the alien cards I've got there so they're smaller, because I'm trying to play around with how to manage that. Andrew, thank you for the backing. Launch day. David, thank you. Thank you, Christopher, for that backing there. Thank you, William. So, thank you, Dominic. And we've got the little counter on there. I thought that might be fun to see that going. Jeff, thank you. Backed and ready. You are a star. Thank you, David, for that back. Thank you, Mark. Insta back. Thank you. And just so we're straight in here, Tim, good to see you. Matt, Mark, Dominic, David, Matt, Mark, fantastic. I know I've said you twice. You guys are awesome. Lord of Fake, how are you doing, my friend? Yeah, so what I thought I'd do is have a look at Alien Sanctuary, explain it a little bit, because, well, I mean, it's in the title, isn't it? This is the launch night. I launched it 10 minutes ago. Kirill, good to see you. Oh, thank you for the pledge. That's much appreciated. It's going well already. So fantastic, 31 backers. This campaign's running for 3 weeks, so it's a bit shorter. The game is large. Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. We'll talk about that. So just to recap, this is the launch stream for Alien Sanctuary. I'm going to briefly talk about the postage for 2d6 Realm, because obviously that is something that a lot of people have received, but a lot of people haven't yet. But what I want to reassure you is, even though I'm launching this new campaign, my main focus is still getting the postage out. So everybody's going to get their postage before this campaign finishes. So that's an important thing to bear in mind. And if you don't, then we'll sort you out. So that is, and it's partly because as a small company, you can probably appreciate that we don't have lots of other sources of income, lots of other people working in an office, bringing other projects in. So I have to try and get a number of projects out each year. And the 2d6 Realm has proven to be such a big project. It's kind of it's dragged on, and now the printing's dragged on a little bit. But you can probably see that I need to get some other projects through, so we get some other income through into the company. Otherwise, I'm screwed, basically. So I've tried my hardest to get it all out. I know some of you haven't got your 2d6 stuff, and that's largely the cards now. So I am disappointed with how that's all gone, to be honest. It's taken longer, but they are now. They're going to be with us tomorrow or the next day. Hey, Jeff. Good to see you. John, How are you doing? David, Alien Sanctuary with IST. Can't wait to the arrival of 2-6 Dungeon Realm Spirals. Yes. Good to see you, Jeff. Yeah, so it's exciting. There's things going on. And I'm like, I'm still totally committed to getting all those 2D6 stuff out to the people who haven't got it yet. So even though this is running in the background, you've got to see that as a small company, we have to have these things running sometimes. So as much as I'd rather have them all, everybody with that in their hands, a 2D6 before I start the next campaign. Unfortunately, this has kind of almost been sort of forced. My hand has been forced a little bit. I hate to say, but you know, we're on schedule because I want to be able to do 2D6 Legendary Dungeon come December. So this is going to quick turnaround. We've got the book. You've seen the book. It's gone through another iteration, and then we're just gonna once Kickstarter pays the money out, if we fund, then we will send out the stuff straight away. It's going to be a super fast turnaround with the same normal high quality products that we send out to people. So yeah, it's nice to be able to get a different IP. It's nice for me to have a little play with something else, and if you can probably imagine that as I'm designing 2D6 Dungeon, you know, I'm also working on other things as well. You just go a bit insane if you just drill down on something too much. You know, you need other things to sort of give you a bit of flavour. I am feeling better, but I'm still congested. So I suspect after an hour, hour and a half, my throat is going to be sore. So my wife had it before me, as I was saying, so she's totally to blame. But she's still got the congestion in her throat. You probably can hear it a little bit. Yeah, so let's have a quick look at what we have on the page. So first things worth highlighting, the early bird form is going to be up until the end of tomorrow. So the link down there will be taken off tomorrow evening. So if you want to have that exclusive creature card, signed creature card, then that you need to make sure your name's on that list, and it will then if you do a physical pledge, it will be included with your pledge. Okay, so that will be there, which is exciting. Nice to be able to offer something like that. Right, let's have a look at what we've got in here. There's going to be a few surprises, hopefully. So we know Alien Sanctuary is a sci-fi tycoon, eco-tycoon game. I've kind of coined this phrase, eco-tycoon. And it kind of means you're doing something good for the ecosystem, okay, of this world, and you are preserving something of that ecosystem, and that is it's in a positive way. And it's a solo player roll and write print and play game where you're looking after the aliens. And we have the story, and I've outlined this before, but there has been a breakthrough in jump technology, and the International Federation of Humans has opened up a jump gate to a distant star system known as Eridanus, and there are 3 inhabited planets, one of which has 2 inhabited moons. The bounty has been beyond imagination. The land is rich, and the aliens encountered are not sentient. These new worlds have been surveyed, are considered non-threatening, and are being colonized despite your opposition. Because you're thinking, right, these aren't our worlds, but you're in two minds about this whole thing. and but you've spotted something. These they consider the human race is expanding and is now a two-system species. You know there are problems with such advancement. Not to mention that during colonization, some alien species can be injured. Okay, so as part of the treaty, these aliens must be looked after and need a place to recover before being released back onto the planet. Seeing what is happening, you approach the IFH with a proposal. You could set up an alien sanctuary. Why not, hey? And where these aliens injured as a consequence of human colonization could be housed, healed, and released back to their homeworld. You were given the go-ahead and the initial funding, but told the venture would have to be a self-sustaining enterprise. Overheads of the colonization efforts are mounting up. Your venture has caught the public attention, and people have grown interested to see what the wonders of Iridanus system has to offer. So there are people who are following this particular campaign. So what is Alien Sanctuary? That is, I tried to crystallize what it is in this little. It includes a 50-page rulebook with a minimal smart design, which is good for printing. A selection of tables, 10 alien profile cards, also at the rear of the book. There are 3 main sanctuary operation sheets and an optional narrative sheet to help you manage the coming and going of aliens. Bonjour, nerds. There's also a crib sheet at the back of the book for a quick play, and a range of illustrations by Jake Abington to bring the aliens to life. Alien Sanctuary that has tycoon-style management mechanics built in where you spend, gain income, build upgrades while looking after the increasing number of aliens. So I wanted to stress that because it is a management game. I know that it's slightly different. That's a slightly different thing, although there are definite elements of that in 2D6 Dungeon. I wanted to sort of highlight it there. And then we've got a little bit of detail about the phase, which we'll go into later, and some details looking at the cards and showing you what that's about. And then we've got a quick turnaround. I've talked a bit about that already today, so we probably don't need to go into that. It's 3 weeks, then 2 weeks for them to process the payments, and then by that time, everything will be ready, and we'll just click print, and bang, it will be going out. The game cards here. So we've got game cards. Now these are the core rule book features 10 alien profile cards, which gives you plenty of playtime. Consider you have 6 in your sanctuary, and then there's an extra 4, and you get different mixes and you're releasing them at different times, and you can take in new aliens, and that gives you a good sense of whether the game is something that you enjoy playing. Fingers crossed it will be. And then you have in these cards, you've got an additional 20 alien profiles. So you'll have 30 aliens in total with these cards. Okay, they're A6, so they're quite big cards, and they're laminated, so you can actually write on them or tick them. You don't really need to write on them; you just need to tick the little boxes. So you can rub those out and tick them, and that's kind of like it's designed, obviously, for use for quick use in game. And now these are feature as an add-on, so you have to select a tier, and you would go through and you'd add the cards to your tier. We also have the Phase 4 expansion. This idea has come through from a number of people suggesting additional things that could happen. I think someone in particular, was it you, David? Maybe suggested a Phase 4. I think it was. Was it? I've got you in there. And so Phase 4 is an expansion. It's a separate staple softback book of the same size, and in it you will face activists, government officials, disgruntled celebrities, natural disasters, and unexpected alien incursions. So it adds another kind of narrative element to the story. It's not compulsory for the main rules, and this, as with the cards, is an add-on. So you would select your tier and then add this on after. And you can always update your pledge however you see fit. So here we go. We've got, so that is there, and then we've got stretch goals. So if we reach some of these totals, we're going to add some new aliens. So at the moment there's a maximum of 30 if you get the cards, and then these are going to be added if we hit these targets. Yeah, that was me, David. Spot on. That is now a thing. So if we get hit these will be added not just to the cards but to the book as well. So that is an extra thing to consider. So you've got, so at the back of the book at the moment there's 10. There could be up to 16 if we're able to hit these totals. Will the cards be in your store later? They will. Absolutely will, yes. Then we have the limited gold edition. So I wanted to create a collectible aspect with all my games. I want to create something collectible. Now with the 2-6 dungeon, we've got the faux leathers. It's kind of like the top scale. But with this book, it didn't really feel like we could do a faux with this. So I thought, well, what else could we do? Now we're going to do a limited edition gold book, gold edition, as you can see on the picture here. Now I thought I'm going to restrict these so that they're more collectible, and so there's going to be 55 of these printed. 50 are available through the campaign. There's 5 kept to one side, one for me, and then I'm going to send out a couple to people who have been particularly helpful in this campaign. So they will be receiving a gold edition, but they are available on the tiers, and we'll have a look at those. Playtesting carries on as normal, and I'm going to be sending out some more messages to my playtesters over this coming week, and we're also I'm going to be sending them the phase 4 rules as well. So that's still development, and it's the game itself is on version 0.995, so it's nearly on version 1. I'm feeling pretty pleased with how it's developed and what you can see. We've got some playtester comments there to have a look at. News on the postage as well. Postage is such that when you pledge, the postage is added to your pledge, and then you pay, and then there's nothing after. There's no additional emails for people asking for new postage stuff, or like you do with lots of these campaigns. You pledge, and then suddenly about 5 months later you get an email saying you've got to pay £30 postage. It's a bloody nightmare. So everything's in your tier. It's all there for you to see. And then there's a little bit about me. So about DR games and what goes on. So that is there. Let me just, I want to just show you the tiers here. Hang on. Let me just has that worked? No. Hang on. Bear with me a sec here. I'll get in the way of that. Alright, I'm going to add in, just want to have a look at the actual tiers that you can do here. Pro streamer here. Okay, so here we are. So we have the digital edition. So it's £5 for the digital edition. And let me just... And then we have the paperback edition, which is £10. And then we have the 18th Century Spiral bound. You can see that, £18 for that. And then we've got the hardback edition there, which is £25. And then we've got the Sanctuary, the paperback and hardback pack going on there. And then we have the gold edition. And those numbers on those aren't right, but it doesn't update there, I don't think. So, that's your tiers, and then you will select from those. You will select some add-ons if you want them. So they are there, and you can always add stuff later if you so desire. Okay. Right. So let's get rid of that there. Right, you can see this is the... in the background here we've got the Gumph, all the bits of paper that... Vic, how are you doing? Good to see you. So hopefully that will make sense. Right, let's just bear with me a sec while I just reposition. This is a bit cumbersome. Hopefully. Oh, it's the old pro streamer skills coming through. Right, I just got to position my camera and my mic over this side. I've got two tables, and I've even got to bring the chair round. Okay. Right. This is the life. Okay. All right. Da-da. That t-shirt is epic. Thank you, David. I like a bit of an Alien reference. Why not, eh? Okay. All right. That doesn't look too bad. Okay. How expensive are the cards? Ah, man, that is a good question. I can't get. Oh, how much were they? I think it did 12. Was it £12? Something like that. Just back from seeing Romulus. David, did you survive? What did you think? Right. What did you think of Romulus? Now. Hey Alessandro, how you doing? Good to see you. Right, so we have last week I've printed out the new edition. So there are some new bits in there. Testers. You can always re-download the latest edition. Let's see if that works. I think that's better. There are some minor tweaks. It is a new version. I put the version number in the front down here. We've got a new drone upgrade. £12. Yes, thanks, Vic. Appreciate that. So last time I did a faux pas, and it may be because I haven't added it on here, but we need to pay we need to pay the alien upkeep, which we will. I also backed the gold edition with extra. Oh man, that is very kind of you, Vic. I do appreciate that. Thank you. 10 to the alien buy. So we're going to go through this. We've got the crib sheet still here, which we will use. But before we had the alien. It's always tricky. This is one of those games which you need a bit more space. So I'm trying my best to try and do it live. If I have used the early bird link, would I have got the confirmation via email? I think I have, but I don't remember exactly. That is a good question. Hang on. Let me just check that one. Is there a confirmation email for the early bird form?
Not sure.
Probably not then. No, there isn't. As far as we can see, Lord Flake, it's a good point. We will look at doing that in future. But I mean, if you've got any doubts, just do it again. It just falls into a spreadsheet, and Joe then tags that onto the main spreadsheet for when Kickstarter comes through. And it just goes into it to add a. I forgot about the Army Bird link. Early. The early bird link. I like the Army Bird link. I was like, what? And then I read early. And I'd already read early, ironically. Right, we've got some different dice this week. They're much more readable. Is the camera a bit distorted? There we go. Okay. So, I want to transfer. I've got my sheets. Maybe we'll go out slightly higher here. Oh. There we go. Slightly high, is that in my face? Hopefully not. There we go. Okay. So we've got that there. And we've got the expenses stream there. We've got income sources, a total income of 800. We've got three aliens, I think. 3 aliens. Or did we get a fourth one? And we picked up the pug next, didn't we? That's what we did. So we got 4. And then I've also printed off. I've cut out. Here we are. I have cut out the aliens and made them smaller, and I think that's going to make it just a bit easier to manage. Now, the important thing is I can see what it is. I think you probably see on there this. You want me to read some of the smaller text maybe, but I can read that out. I think it would just make it easier to manage potentially. I'm just looking at the screen. I hadn't really compared this before. Yeah, I think we'll do it that way, and we'll transfer them across. So those ones are the other ones, but the ones I've got are, and we gave some names, Alvin, and I'm going to staple to the back of these the name, and we pulled an alien, we pulled the pug necks, and we'll transfer the molecular with a spindle, a pugnets, and a jib. There. Just make it a bit easier. Thank you, Alex. I much appreciate that, my friend. Right. So for each of these, I'm going to staple to the back of these. This is what I was thinking might be quite a good idea. Staple to the back one of these little alien stories, okay, and then to the back of this one as well, I'm going to staple an alien story. And Alvin has got one already, so that is there, and I can then just flip through. I'll be watching the video tomorrow. Have a nice evening. Thank you, my friend. You take care. So we've got that there, and we've got that, and then I can kind of show you a bit more clearly the aliens that I've got, and we'll transfer them across and have a look at where they're at. And so that's good. We can then get rid of these larger aliens. Put those over there. Oh no, take that back, because we need them, because we've got to transfer the information across. And my pencil is here. And so we have got 70% health, 50% mood, okay. None of the alien care packages. We're down to 10 on the factor there, and 600 credits on the upkeep. And we've got tough bearing, which is that special trait on there. Okay, so we can get rid of that one. That's gone. And we've done nothing with the pug necks, which we do need to put the pug necks in our Alien Sanctuary. So I'm going to put that in number 4 there. And we also need the drone upkeep to 100%. So we've got all the drones related there. I've got a skill, and the aim is to send back 4 aliens. That's our aim. So pug necks, the small pug necks has not been done. We've got 4 here. I'm going to roll for a special trait as well with that particular one there. So get rid of that one, and then the jib. Oh, I've done a rally. We don't want a rally. We want a jib. Why did I do that? Just sneaky, just hiding at the back there, and we'll get a little character sheet there, and we'll give we're going to give the pug necks a special character. Derek, good to see you. So the jib is on 1 captivity point. That must have been the 3rd one we got. 70% health, 40% mood, and we did body scans to up it by a certain percentage there. Fantastic. And then we've got the Spindicus here. It's on 50-50, and we did extra feeding schedule and the robotic companion. Awesome. Okay. And we can go to each of those in turn, and you can see here, I can show you nicely. Hello Sam, how you doing? My 4 aliens in the sanctuary. In there, 4, you've got the 4 biodomes here, all at 100% at the moment. This one, apart from this one, which is at 90, the Spindicus one. And then we have my main character. Now this is slightly changed in the new rules. I've slightly changed the wording here because we have a slight amendment to the timing of paying certain things, okay, which will come up as we go through. Okay, so and we've just taken in the pug necks at the end of the last. Robert, good to see you. So we've just taken in the pug necks. He's at 40-40. So we've now got 4 aliens. We're going to be going through. We're going to go through the phases here, phase 1, 2, and 3, and that will mean that we go through the book. There's just one thing I just want to check. I just want to double check when I put in here. The thing about this sort of phase game, you've got to make sure you get you know when things need to be paid. And the reason why I say that is it changes. So I'm not necessarily always fixed. I just need to double check on here. I put it in right. We've got the tables at the back. And just want to make sure. Pay upkeep. Just bear with me. Just want to make sure I've written it in here. You see, that's the main thing. I thought I'd spotted it. Pay upkeep stat for the aliens. It's 3.5. Okay, so that's just want to double check that. 3.5. Pay ranger drone and alien upkeep down here. Mustn't forget that. So what we're going to do, just to reduce our money, is we're going to pay the upkeep once. I should have paid it the 3 times, but we're going to do it so we can. We'll just do it from there. So at the moment we've got 800, 1400. So we've got to pay 2,000 upkeep. So I'm going to take that off here, and we have 1,500 left. All right. Okay. Right. So let's go through this. Here we are. We can pick another alien. Okay. So we're going to phase 1. Build sanctuary improvements, 1 per turn. Well, I'm not going to. I don't think I'm going to do any improvements this turn. We're just going to leave it as it is. You can aid in. The improvements can include. Let's have a look here. Here we go. Sanctuary improvements. You can do new presentation stage, raised walkways, science research lab, and these will often give you an income, or they might gain you a show, and that kind of increases the scope, the size of the sanctuary, what its provision is. But because we're on quite low money, I don't quite know how it's going to work out this particular go. We'll just have to see. I did my XP, I think. I've got 6 XP, which is fascinating. So because I might need XP. I've got 4 aliens. You can use XP to change dice rolls, and that will become clearer as we move forward. So we have. I might use a show next turn, +1 per alien to the visitor figures roll at the end. So we'll have a think about that. Nigel, did I say hello? Hello, Nigel. Infrastructure. So my infrastructure is at 90%. So that's no penalty. I'm not going to worry about spending money on that at the moment. So this is phase 1. Address infrastructure modifiers, check tracker for events, which is on here. Okay, so if we were at 30%, the sanctuary would be closed down and the game would be over. Fix ranger drones. It's 100 credits to fix 10% of a ranger drone. Also minus 10% if the ranger drone is below 10%. Okay, all is well, my friend. So we look at the ranger drones. We've got one at 70%. Again, I'm not going to make any adjustments because I want to try and see whether because the money is important. I need to be able to have 2,000 to pay the pay the upkeep for the aliens, and we'll look at if I can't pay. And then we've got fixed biomes. I'm not going to do that. Building biodome improvements. See page 12. We're not going to do any of that either. You can do some of this stuff here. -3 captivity points. So each biome has a let me just put on here actually. I think of Pugnex. So each turn the aliens gain 1 captivity point. So these aren't on here. I'm going to make sure these get their captivity points. That's upgrade from, didn't put that on from before. So let me just do that. Captivity points just represent how kind of agitated the aliens are. So things aren't, it's a little bit, because of obviously we're doing it on the screen and I haven't laid it out nicely on a table, it's a little bit chaotic. But we're getting the game. We're showing you the types of things that happen in the game with this playthrough. Okay, so we're not going to do any of these bio improvements at the moment. Okay, so we are going to have ranger drone upgrades. We're not going to do any ranger drone upgrades either. Fine. Right, let's go to the aliens now. If I remember correctly, the biodome stats here also show you the order in which the aliens appear to begin with. So the monocular, which we have called Alvin, is here. We're going to go and tend to Alvin first. So let's get him out here. We're gone to his biodome and we're going to go in there and we're going to have a little look and we're going to tend to the aliens. 1 biodome at a time. Increase mood or health by 10%. So I'm definitely going to, I need the mood to be at 60, but if I get to that point, there's a little penalty here of minus 400 credits. Because these creatures are huge, and even when they're happy, they cause damage to the biodome, which is minus 400 credits. So I'm going to put the health up, and you can see on here that actually there is no penalty for the health going up to 80. Logging in as school is wrapping up for the day. I don't quite get what you mean there, Bo, but that's fine. So we're up to 80%. I need 100% health for Alvin if I'm going to get him back. He's quite an expensive one to keep, so we want to get rid of Alvin as soon as possible. Alvin he's got a increased mood of health by alien care. Now alien care for Alvin molecular is a expensive business. So because they're big old aliens, so they cost a lot of money, and I cannot afford to upgrade to buy any of the alien care. We've got things like additional body scans for 2,400 credits, so we're going to leave that there. Attend to special need of the alien. Molecular give off a toxic chemical that helps keep the water cold, but it causes damage to the biodome. When the alien is at 40% mood or lower, and he's at 50, you have to pay 300 credits for cleaning costs. Okay, so he's fine. As long as his mood stays at 50 or above, we get no penalty for Alvin. Make a stress roll for the alien. Roll a d10. Higher than the stress factor is a pass. can use XP, cross them off to increase the number. Failed results in random event roll. Okay, so stress factor for Alvin is 10 actually. So often events happen with these particular creatures. But what I'm going to do with Alvin is I'm going to simply roll a die. If it's high, then I will add some XP. So you have to take it off your XP chart. But as you saw, I've only got 6. So we're going to roll for Alvin and see how we do. 8. So I am actually going to add 3 in for Alvin. So he I'm going to take 3 XP off here, and he gets 11, which means he doesn't have an event roll, which is a good thing, because we remember Alvin, we want to get out of here because he's expensive to keep as an alien, and he's on his way. He's on 80% health, and he's on 50% mood. So we could be a few turns, and that'll be the first alien we return. Check captivity points plus 1 point. So we need to up the captivity points. Now on the captivity chart here, he's on to 3, which is probably wrong. I probably miscounted that. Just that I'm able to catch your live stream this time, as all my students are gone. Fantastic, Bo. That is good news. Get rid of those students. So 2 more, and he has an event roll. 5th captive point. So we're running into event rolls the longer the game goes on. Okay, so check Ranger drone status. No Ranger drone, minus 20 mood, and Ranger drone at 30% lower, minus. The Ranger drone is absolutely fine for Alvin. It's at 100%, so we are looking good. Fantastic. Right, let's go on to the next alien, which is the Spindicus. We'll take that one there. And the Spindicus game go through the same process. We have got a increase the mood or health. So we're going to increase the mood to 60 there. What about that one there? And buy alien care. You've got to look. The alien care is on the card there, which looks like we've used up 2 already. I'm not going to worry too much about that at additional costs there. Buy alien care. They tend to special need the alien. Right, Spindicus have succulent limbs. You can make 100 credits income from selling them. Their limbs grow back quickly. So we can we can go up to 100 at 1,600. So we sell some. We probably should add a health plus a health factor. As long as their health is so many points, we'll put that in there, and I can work that in, no problem. Right. So he's at 50 mood. That is good to get him home. You just need to get health at 100 credit. You need to have it 60 mood to get home. 60 mood and 100 health. Each turn you can increase their health or mood by 10%. So roll for the stress factor 5. Okay, so I'm going to do a stress factor roll for this alien. He has 5, and so I need to roll a 6 or higher to pass this. Which one is the outdated card, Mark? Is it the Spindicus one? Was it a... Let me know which one it is, Mark, and I'll make a note on here. That's just passed me by. I think maybe 1 or 2 little things on the aliens I just need to update still. Yeah, the Spindicus. Okay, I'll put a little star there. Okay. Right. Got ya. Okay. I know the one you mean. So, stress roll. Let's do it. 3. Okay. Do I want to add in 3? I've got 3 points left. It will take up to 6, so I get no stress roll. Then I'm looking at my other aliens. Stress factor 10 on the pug necks. I think I'm going to take this. I think we're just going to have an event. Okay. So, for an event, we just have to roll d6, which is, and then the type of event roll is here. 2, it's a climate roll. We then go to the table here. And here we are. Roll a d12. And we'll have a look and see what we get. 4. The alien seems unhappy with the climate of the biodome, and you have to retune it, which takes time. Minus 20 alien health. Okay. So, the alien's health goes down 2 to 30%. There. Okay, so he's not in a great place, unfortunately. Right, so once they've done a stress roll, +1 captivity point here. And then check for range of drone status, which is fine. That has not affected it. Right, so we will can't add XP because you already did it once this turn. Right. That is a good point. That is a later rule. Thank you, Jeff. So you can't add XP once you've added it once to a person, to an alien. That's a new rule that we added in to make it tougher, and I had absent-mindedly forgot about it. XP. What page is that? Thank you, Jeff. What page did we have that on? 10 to aliens. Stress roll. Make a stress roll. You get as many X points as you roll. Stress factor. You can only do this to 1 stress roll in a turn, so only 1 alien can be assisted by this process. A roll of 1 is an automatic fail, and XP cannot be added. If your roll is equal to or under the alien stress factor stat, this event has occurred. Okay, if there's a right. Yes, you are right, Jeff. Above and then roll 12 as on event table. Right, so, will we roll for that one? Right. So we can't add anything to these boys. Right, let's go to the next one, the jib. Now, with the jib, we have a 10 to the alien, increase the mood by 10. So we've got a mood of 40 when the infrastructure. Let's go up to 80 health here. Right. And then next thing is buy alien care. We're not going to do any buying, as I say. We're just checking out the balance this turn to see how much money we got left over. Can't attend to special need. Jibs are viewed as adorable aliens and give a +2 to visitor figures rolls in phase 3 when the infrastructure of the sanctuary is 80% or higher, and it is at 90% at the moment. So we're good. So we get +2 to the visitor figures roll. +1 captivity stress roll. Here we go. Stress factor 4. So I need a 5 or higher to avoid an event roll. Interesting to see you go through each alien one step by. I was going through all aliens for each step. So +10 mood to health, cycle through each. That is an interesting point. I kind of. No, I think the way that I'm doing it could be because the way I'm thinking about it is you're in the dome. So I often do this actually, Jeff. I often think, what would I physically do if I was there? If I was physically with that alien, one biodome at a time, which is kind of what I said in the book, but I didn't make it clear. Maybe I need to maybe highlight that. We need a little note somewhere for that. And then one alien at a time. And then Spindicus. Profile. Updates. I just assumed you were doing it that way, Jeff. Anyway, so yeah, one alien at a time because you're going to each biodome and dealing with that alien then. And I kind of that's how I've envisioned it. And of course, I do say in it that you look at one alien at a time. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. I mean, who knows? But that's a good point. Love the jibs. Always seem to get them home with no drama. I assume it was one biodome at a time, and that's how I played it. Good stuff, David. Thank you. 3. Oh no. So we got an event roll for the jib. Okay. So that was under its stress. So it's not having a good time. I interpret it as being physical in the dome and doing all the steps for one alien and then the other. Thank you, David. It's just Jeff. It's probably just because you've been there from the beginning and it's sort of changed and adapted. So that's it's not. Don't worry about it. Just maybe have a little go now with with doing it that way. Okay. So here we go. 5, a nature event. Let's have a look. Here we are. Nature event. Right. It's a D12. 3. During routine repairs, the alien watches and then attacks the ranger drone. The jib! Hang on a minute. Is there special rules with it? Is it the jib? Jibs are viewed as adorable aliens. No. Okay. Oh no. Attacks the ranger drone. Minus 40% ranger drone and minus 20% biodome. Placid and calm aliens are not affected. +1 strain. And it's curious. It's curious. So the placid and calm thing doesn't affect it either. I interpret the rules the same way as Jeff without discussing it with him. Must be a genetic thing. Your way, Toby, makes much more sense. Raymond. Agador. Fantastic. Oh, my word. Must be. Okay, well, that throws a spanner in the works. Yeah, I was interpreting. Well, wrong's a strong word. It's in development, but we're nearly there. David's both on the same. Both Davids on the same page. Okay, so we have a penalty going on here. The jib, he's gone a little bit mad at the droid doing some routine repairs. So the drone, the biodome is down to 80 here. Let me just put that out there. And for the jib. And the ranger drone is minus 40. So he really did a job on that ranger drone. Let me just grab that here. The jib is number 3. So you correlate it here with the... Yes, one biodome at a time. So that is down to 70% as well there. Fantastic. Okay, so naughty boy, naughty jib. Says stress roll +1 captivity point, takes it up to 3. There, and then Ranger drones don't hit that low as yet. So we've got to keep an eye on keeping those Ranger drones going. Alright, so that was pretty tough. Right, the pug necks. I'm also gonna we're gonna give a name to the pug necks. Right. Anybody got a name for the pug necks? And we're gonna do this is the optional animal story sheet you can do for an alien. And we'll get an alien trait as well. Let's have a name. Anybody got a name from there for this alien here? So these pug necks, they look they're aggressive and hard to maintain. Tim. Okay, there it is. Tim the pug necks. Norm. We'll hold that one. Too late. Robert was in there first. Right, Tim. Pug necks. Rex. That would have been very appropriate. But we're going with Tim. Tim the pug necks, and his traits. You don't have to do this for all your things, but you can. It adds a little bit of fun. I did one alien at a time for each step instead of one step at a time for each alien. Yeah, and I need to probably make that clearer, because if you two kind of interpreted it that way, other people will. So it's a really valid point, and you've pointed it out, and I will make sure that it's a bit clearer. And I rolled a 6, which is hates machines. Oh my God! Pugnecks is bad enough as it is anyway. He's angry. Hates machines. Right. This alien does not like machines, and although it tolerates the Ranger drone, it cannot have the alien care of a robotic companion. Cross it off the alien profile. Okay, that's not too bad. I did. Maybe it's a California thing. Could be. Okay. Hates machines. No robotic companions. I also created more space for the storyline on these sheets as well. Be nice. I want some sort of platform where we can share the alien stories, and that might be quite nice to see some little narratives potentially. I need to. It's difficult to do another Facebook page for something like this. This isn't anywhere near as big. It's just kind of like a fun game, or management tycoon type game if you like that sort of thing. It's not as big as Dungeon, so having its own Facebook page is tricky. I could maybe some other way. Is there a sub page you can do or something like that? Maybe we'll just put a few on the Dungeon page anyway. I don't know. I want some way of sharing the art. No, we could. I'll set up a Board Game Geek page, and we could share some of those on the Board Game Geek page. That would be fantastic. Discord, Sam. I wish that I could engage with Discord. I just don't have. It doesn't slot into my system, unfortunately. So I did try. We've got one for 2D6 Dungeon. Nick was doing that. Blog or Discord, yeah. I just never. It never in my brain says Toby check Discord when I've already done Board Game Geek, Facebook, emails, and other bits and pieces, and it doesn't kind of fit in. So it's my bad, really. So we've got an angry Pugnecks. He hates machines. He's called Tim. We've got some extra bits there. Post on BGG and we will copy them to Discord for you. Ah, fantastic. Yeah, we do that, and then hopefully other people will share their stuff as well like that. Tim, time to grab kids from school, David. Oh, I get it. I'm glad I stumbled into this community leading me to 6, then play testing this and my first pledge. Awesome. Thank you. Vic, thanks for the update. That is very cool. Oh, is it not updated on the screen? Hang on. Bear with me. Sometimes it doesn't update. Oh, it had updated. Sorry. That was dollars. Oh. Man, I've messed things up now. Oh, what have I done? What have I done? Bear with me. Here we are. Da-da-da. I thought there was a problem with the screen thing. Alright. Here we are. Not as good as before. Oh dear. Doesn't want to do it like it did before. It's really annoying. Oh well, that will do. That will do. Oh, sorry guys, messing around with stuff there. Alright. Okay. Yeah, that threw me, man. That threw me. They are. Fantastic, thank you. Right, so I'm just getting into the game there. Right, let's focus on this. So, the pug next. How we're going to deal with Tim. So, Tim. First thing, increase your mood. So, we'll do that. +1 captivity point. We're going to get you past that. So, if I do his health up to 50, we're going to get past this. He gets +1 captivity point because even though his health is getting better, he's still stressed about the environment. So we're going to go up another captivity point. It's a little penalty on the card there. You can see it there. +1 captivity point. I'm going to take that penalty now before we get too far down the line. There we go. And so then we've got buy alien care. 1 per turn. So he is definitely going to get stress this go, by the way, because his stress factor is 10. Just to let you know. Attend to special need. The Padnex are aggressive. I'm not going to buy any alien care because it's expensive, and I can there's a sense of doom coming. I feel like the sanctuary is going to collapse. So we've got tend to hard to maintain. Every week at the end of phase 2, they attack the ranger drone, causing 10% health damage. Okay. Yeah, halfway to funny. Thank you guys, all the backers already. You are fantastic. Thank you for the support. They attack the ranger drone, causing 10%. So at the end of this turn, I've got to remember the Pugnex is going to do 10% to the ranger drone. In fact, I'm just going to take it off now, just because otherwise I will forget. So you can do it now or whenever. So down to 90% on the ranger drone for the Pugnex. Wow, he's a nasty piece of work. No, he's not. He's just a wild alien. He doesn't know any better. So we've got to get him out of the base, back to his habitat. And then we need a stress roll. Well, there's no point rolling. I can't adjust the roll. He's got 10. I need to roll 11 on the 10-sided die. So we've got an event. This happens. So there's a certain inevitability to some of this. So we roll a 3. It's a food event. Let's go to the food. And we're going to roll a D12. And that is a 5. There's some flooding throughout the biodome and sanctuary, destroying all the food supplies. -20 sanctuary infrastructure and -20 alien mood. Oh my god. Right, okay. This is not good. I'd like to ask, is there a Discord for the community? Read something in the past about 2D6 but didn't find one online. There is. I don't have the link. Does anybody be able to help with that? Nick's usually here, Lord of Fake, and he set it up for me and was managing it. But if anybody does know it, I don't know whether that's not very good, is it really? You could, Lord of Fake, you could put a message on Facebook for Nick Moore, and he will respond to you. Or you could check through the Facebook page and you might find it. Have a search on there. Sorry to be not that helpful with that. -20 infrastructure and -20 mood. Oh god. +4 captivity points. Oh my god. Okay, so what we've got here is, so we're minusing 20 mood, so it goes 1, 2 down to 20%, but it goes through the 30%, and that is +4 captivity points, which is screwy. Okay, this creature has just gone berserk. All right, so what we're going to do there is we're going to go down to 20 plus the 4 captivity points. So that's from 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Go from the event roll. 4. So we are now annoyingly on 6 captivity points. We went through an event roll, so we've got to do another event on there. So I'm going to roll. You can see the events down here. 3. It's another food one. It's the real problem with the food. Okay, so we need to just put a few little things in here. So we had an event roll. So we had, what did we have before? Oh, we've got to do the -20 infrastructure as well, which is absolute bugger. Look at that. There and there, down to 70% on the infrastructure. If we're at 30%, when we have to check that, then the sanctuary can close down. This -500C for repairs will be picked up in the first phase. We'll go through that. Okay, because we're now at 7%, so it triggers this red event on the main sheet here. All right. So the first one is flooding. So as soon from I'm gonna write down what planet. I'll do it in a minute. Let's write down the planet there, Aladis, and then as soon as Tim arrives, the biodome floods. Staff, I'm going to add in a little bit of narrative here. Suspect Tim was headbutting one of the pipes. When he didn't like his food. Okay, so that really got him down. Okay, then the next thing we know is we've got another event roll. It's another food issue. And so, what did we roll? Did we roll? No, we didn't roll anything. Here we go. 2. Oh my god. So, as a result, you struggle to get hold of meat. The alien is a carnivore. If the alien is a carnivore. So that's clearly what this says. It says here, that 2, you struggle to get hold of meat. If the alien is a carnivore, minus 30% mood. He is a carnivore. Unbelievable. So it goes down to 10 mood. Okay. Minus 10. So this has a white box on it. Minus 6 to stress rolls. So while his mood's at 10%, he minus 6 to stress rolls. That is just ridiculously difficult to get him out of that. Thank you. Thanks, Jeff and Vic. Awesome. There you go, Lord of Fake. Good job. Okay, 2 quick events there have driven the Pugnecks insane. Tim, then unable to get hold of meat. Unable to get hold of meat. Tim loses it. Okay. Right, so that's bloody tough. So, and he's got +1 captivity point, because that is this stage here. Alien's mood minus 30% or below, minus 10% health. Oh my word. So that's a knock-on effect. So he's got +1 captivity point. He's up to 7 captivity points. The next turn is definitely going to be 2 events with the Pugnecks. He is just out of control. This Pugnecks. There's no way of dealing with it. So that sequence of events, bad events. You can have good events, but he's rolled 2 bad events. He's wild. This. Okay. So they attack the Ranger drone. Oh yeah, we did the 10% on the Ranger drone, and minus 10% health, which is a penalty if your alien is at 30% or below. It's minus, so that takes him down to 40% health and 10% mood. That is a tough one, tough cookie. All right, dope him. Right, so we're not in the best place here, not best position. Right, what we can do though is we can go into phase 3. Maybe there might be better news here. So phase 3, roll d10 for the alien and add its appeal stat if we get some alien funding. So we already have Alvin has funding for let me just check funding here. To gain funding, right? Let me just check the book here. Remind me when the funding comes through. I think it's on this particular bit. Yes. Yeah, we may have to introduce something like that in phase 4. Right. Here we go. It's 3.3. It's 3.3. Calculate income. Expenses also marked down. Current funding periods by 1 week. There we go. We need to change that probably. Funding plus funding. There we go. Needs to be slightly clearer on the crib sheet. Little thing to be changed. If stress level 10 is a bit high, particularly with large low mood penalty, yeah. It is a good point. I think you're probably right. It could be an ever decreasing circle, couldn't it? A spiral of doom. Stress levels. That's something that will I think you're probably right, Mark. Is a good point. So that's 3 point. Right. So alien funding. So we've got alien funding for Alvin. We need to check for these three whether we can get some funding. It's really quite vital that we do, to be honest. So we're going to start with Spindicus. So roll a d10 for the alien. Add its appeal stat. Its appeal stat is 4. Got my d10 over here. It's actually 10 or higher. I need to change it on here as well. So we've got that and that there. Right. So we need a 10 or higher. So we need to roll a 6 or higher. I don't know whether using a tranquilizer is the sort of image I want to give to this game. 3. Oh no. No funding for the Spindicus. All right. Now let's try the jib next. We'll do it in order. The jib. Okay. Right. Appeal factor is 5, so I need a 5 or higher. 5. Fantastic. So a stat 10 or higher, you gain funding. So the funding is we need to just add a bit in here. So if we've got some funding for the jib, and that is a visual. So there's a special section in here for the visual aliens up here. Sponsorship is secured for aliens. You get 50% times the appeal number. Subtract 1 for those with placid or aggressive natures. No, they're fine. So we need 50 times 5 is 255, and then we have to figure out how long we have the funding for. And funding lasts D6 turns. Write the funding in the income source column on the right. Yes, we will. Fantastic. So we want how long is the funding going to be? For 1 turn. Okay. All right. So did we have it's a 1 + 1 on that? Let me just double check. Adds 1 to the sources income. If the alien is funded, this funding lasts for D6 turns. Write the funding in the income sources column and add it to the total income. Note. Right, I think we're going to do D6 plus 2. Okay. D6 plus 2. So that means 3. Now, the reason why I say that is because otherwise what happens is you're constantly having to do more rolling. I think this is in an attempt to reduce rolling. I think we'll just add that plus 2. Oh yes, aliens. Well, if you roll bad, David, it shows you how a system works, and you kind of think, actually, am I going to have to roll again next turn? And it's probably just easier to you make the adjustment. You know what I mean? I know you're pulling my leg. Lower on the page. Yeah, we did have this discussion, didn't we? I seem to remember. So we'll do it like that. So we'll do it +2. So we'll do it +2. I think that's probably a good way of doing it. Maybe introduce smaller costs to tranquilize an alien. It could last a turn or two where you don't have to roll for any events. I can imagine Tim losing all health soon if you have any more bad events. Zelda, you're right. You're right. It's a really good idea. I love the tranquilizer idea, and it's definitely... I might create it as an optional rule, because I'd like the idea that the aliens sort of getting in trouble and it's going to be flown to the emergency ward. You wait. But that for me is part of what this game's about. The struggle. The tranquilizer is a good way of nullifying that. But do we want to nullify it? I'm going to put it down because I think it's a great idea, Jeff. Good idea. And a nice... yeah, no rolls. I like that. No rolls. That's good. That we can just place it to one side. You can imagine tranquilizing all the aliens. Right. Okay. Good. So we do have, but I like the idea of doing the plus. I did think initially that maybe it might be a bit short doing it just to 6 rounds. We'll do it. We'll keep it on there. So 250. So we've got the... this is the jib. I'm putting it on here. So this is the funding page here in the income sources. I'm going to put jib funding 250 credits times 3, and just kind of bubble it there like that. All right. The inspection team doesn't like overuse. I love that idea. I'm making a note of that. That's good. So penalty if you lean on it or some adverse effect. Yeah, I like that. That is a good. I've written that down. The tranquilizer. Look, this game, I've designed this game to be hard, so hopefully people find it hard. I want it to be like a real sense of achievement to be able to get, say, 8 aliens back to their homeworld. That would be fantastic. Okay, so loss of funding for overuse. Oh yeah, loss of funding. I like that. Okay, smashing. Right. Okay. Jib's got some funding. Brilliant. Pugnecks, our problem alien. I can imagine all the aliens panicking as the ranger drone eyes turn from blue to red just before they get tranked. Yeah, you can just imagine, can't you? The ranger drones would do it, wouldn't they? You could try and tranquilize them. And roll. And it may have some negative effect. It may work, it may not work. You may... oh, no, you can't kill the alien. It may be to the point where it doesn't wake up and it has to go to the sanctuary. Maybe. Visitor count goes down because the aliens just sleep all day. Of course. I like that. I'm writing this down. That's good. I would say if you use a tranquilizer, add the length of funding roll on the crib sheet. The length of funding. Yes. Do you mean to here? Danger, yes. Small aliens. Overdose. Oh my god. Okay. At the moment, that's it, yes. We'll add it in there. Fantastic. I thought I knew what you meant. Okay, so, Pugnecks. Do we get any funding for this pain in the butt? Let's have a look. His appeal is curiosity 2. Oh, God. So, we still need 10. We need a high number. We get 1. Oh, my God. Are you serious? 1. Oh, dear. Okay. That's not good. So, no funding for the Pugnecks. He is like... funders come in. What have we got? Curiosity. Appeal. Let's add a little narrative thing in here for the alien. Visual appeal. Sponsorship. Sponsors appear. Sponsors appear, but run. Terrified from the biodome. No funding. Okay. Tim is just misunderstood. Exactly. Tim doesn't have a lot going for him straight out of the crate. No, he really doesn't. Okay. Right, so funding. So roll for visitor figures and income. Right. So when do the shows appear? I can do a show at any time, I think. +1 per alien to the visitor roll. So I'm going to do a show. We need to make plans for Tim. I think we do. So I'm going to do a show and cross 1 off here. That means I get +4 to the visitor roll, and just cross it off on the main chart over here. You can see there, and make the visitor roll a D10 and add the combined appeal stats of all aliens in the sanctuary. Okay, so a D10, and where is it? There. And then so the combined appeal is 2, 7, 11, 15 +4, so 19, and times that by 10. Here we go. 7, 19, 26, 2,600 is the visitor figure number there. And 2,600, 3, 4, 2, so that gives me 4,200 there. Okay. And if possible, aliens return. Like, none of my aliens are in a position to return home, unfortunately. But we could look at Alvin returning next go, potentially. Let's have a look. So, convert XP to credits. Not going to do that. Check for XP awards. Oh, no, we've got to do... Sorry, I'm skipping ahead here. Possible returns. Pay Ranger Drone and Alien Upkeep. Here we go. This is the big expense here. So, we've got... Ranger drones. I need to put on there what the Ranger drone upkeep is. 100 per Ranger drone. Okay, there we go. 400 for the Ranger drones. So let's take that down to 3,800. Okay. It's a pity Tim is so aggressive, as he wouldn't sit still long enough. Yes, for that. I'm not reading that out. I can't read that out. The hydroponic therapy. Thanks, Mark. Thank you. That takes that down there. That's the Ranger drones. Now we're going to pay for upkeep of the aliens. So we've got 800. We've got 12. So it's 2,000. So we are then down to 180. 1,000 and 1,800. So, okay, that's interesting. So we left that hypnotherapy. Ah, right. Of course, the xenohypnotherapy. Thank you. Oh, dear. Okay. Do I have any discounts on upkeep? Yes, I did have some discounts on upkeep. I've on Alvin there. I checked that. I've made a note on the alien card. All right, so you can spend XP awards. So I've slightly changed the XP awards. I haven't mentioned this before, but so here we go. Let's see if I get any XP. 12 points when aliens return to the planet. We're not there yet. 5 points when you have 6 aliens in the sanctuary. Nope. 2 points when your infrastructure is 90% or higher. Nope. 2 points if you've had a show this turn. Yes, I did have a show. So we get 5. 1 point for any Ranger drone at 100%. Now this is how it's slightly changed. Okay. So I've got 1 Ranger drone at 100%. Might be worth... No, that one will go down anyway. Okay. Right. So, we get 1 point there, which takes up to 6. 1 point for each alien at 100% mood. None are at 100% mood. And 100% health. None are at 100% health. Okay, so bearing in mind there are some particular bonuses there that I could look to try and achieve next turn. Maybe. The Alvin is at 80% health. So maybe we need to have a look at some sort of care package there. That is very tricky. Okay. Alright. Let's try some stuff. I'm focusing on Alvin to try and get him returned back to the planet. Okay. That is hardcore. We're on 6 XP, which is enough probably to maybe look after the role for Alvin. Molecular. And then the biodomes are starting to... I'm invested in Alvin, yes. Absolutely. Well, we've already been working on him, so we've got to try and get him back. All right. So, we have a... have we done everything on there? Convert XP, buy a skill. No, not buy a skill. Intake 1 more alien. Here we go. We're going to take in another alien. What alien are we going to get? That is the question. Because I've got 4 aliens at the moment here. 4 aliens, so I need 1 more alien. So I've got my aliens here. I'm gonna randomly draw one. Put it under the table here. That's annoying that that's on there. The love for Alvin makes Tim even more upset. Fantastic. It's very true. I'm invested in Tim. He's so cute. Here we go. Aliquin. Oh no, man. They are hard. They are hard. This is like... Okay. They are endangered. We're gonna do this. Give this one a name as well and a character. Gonna just staple that to the back there. We could be in trouble. Okay, so this is a It lives in a cloud habitat, cold, the chemosynthesis, food, so it's kind of absorbs the chemicals. It's huge, but placid, has scientific appeal, and is endangered. And I think actually you get XP for endangered animals, endangered aliens. Its upkeep is 800. Its stress factor is 10. Oh. Although the aliquins are scientifically intriguing, they also draw the crowds. When at 70% health or higher, plus 200 credits income. That's not bad. Okay. Right, can we have a name, please, for the aliquin? Let's have a name. Another one stressed 10, I know. Brenda. Mark was first. Brenda. Okay, fantastic. Aliquin. And we're going to roll for the trait. Here we go. What trait does this alien have? Where's the die? Here we go. 11. Oh, we've had tough bearing already. Let's roll again. 4. Scarred. It is clearly evident that the alien has been injured in the past. This has caused some complications. -1 appeal. Okay, scarred. -1 appeal. Poor old Brenda. -1 appeal. There's 4. Down to 4. That's annoying. Okay. Right, that's number 5. That also, Brenda comes in with 40-40 here on the thing. With 1 captivity point. Do we add the captivity point now? I can't remember. Let me just double check. No, we don't. We'll leave that blank for the minute, and then when it comes around to adding captivity points, whatever. Okay. So, we have another one in the 5th. The 5th biodome. And that is there. You can see 100% on the biodome. That one there. Now, I'm a water habitat specialist, so I mustn't forget that. That is fine for Alvin, but doesn't affect any of these other ones. Okay, so that is the 5th one. You can go in behind there because we've got these other aliens to look after first before we move forward once we get into the alien section. Right, that goes back underneath there. All right, so I think we're good. Right, this is the next phase. Oh my word. Okay. Well, I can't quite believe it is nearly 12 o'clock. Okay, so we will carry this on well, it might be Thursday, it might not be. Because we've streamed it quite a bit lately. So we'll see. But let's be real here. This is starting to get hard to manage. We are going to see some impending disaster. So time flies. Yeah, it really does actually. Yeah, it really does. I think having the character story, the alien story, really kind of adds a bit of a narrative, an enjoyable narrative to it. And you can throw your own humor in, or you can make it dark if you want to. You can kind of have a spin on it, and you've got a little record of it there. And like with the storyline in there, and with the pug necks, and so it's kind of like maybe you should add 1 XP per biome at 100%. That's not a bad idea, actually, Mark. That's not a bad idea. I need to have a little think about that. But the nice thing is, right? The nice thing about this is it's very much just about fine-tuning these things. And for that reason, that's why it's nice to be able to play it here, because it is just about those little bits of tuning. Good. Right, so don't forget the early bird form below there is only going to be up for until the end of tomorrow. So that is the end of Wednesday. So that is another 24 hours from here. And then if you sign up for that, your name will be added. And then if you do a physical pledge in the Kickstarter, we'll add that extra card in for you. So don't forget that is down below. Paul says balance is always tricky. It's true. It's true. And we're trying to make the balance of making the game harder, but with some inbuilt stuff. Like maybe we'll have a tranquilizer card that you have separate, and you can use it if you want to. But it's optional. Maybe something like that. Maybe there'll be a separate thing involved which might help manage it more. Which has come out to play. See, that wouldn't have happened today if Jeff hadn't imagined shooting aliens with tranquilizers. I like keeping it challenging. Yeah, I like keeping it challenging. I love it like this. I love the fact that the Pugnex has gone mental. And we are going to be dealing with that next time we play. Again, picking up the game each time, and it's makes perfect sense, especially with the little narrative sheets attached. Brilliant. Okay, so again, thank you for all the amazing support on the campaign so far. It is fantastic to see that going up there. We are approaching. Hopefully, we'll be over the target come tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Although it may. It's 4 minutes till tomorrow, so during the night, hopefully it goes over the total, and then we can push on to the stretch goals and add some more aliens. And I will, as we hit the target, I will release the aliens. We'll see the aliens, and you can throw them into your packs and decks. Now, as for the testers, I'll be sending you some more aliens as well to have a look at, and also we will have a phase 4 rule set soon, just to have a little look through. Because don't forget, with this campaign, after 3 weeks, the campaign finishes. Looks like we're going to hit our target. So therefore, it will be 2 weeks after that, and then we'll just hit print, and we'll get these books printed and sent out to everybody. And it'll be hopefully it just be like a month, 2 month turnover. Bang, you'll have a game just like that. Not like the 2D6 realm, which is such a massive undertaking. My voice is going. You've been fantastic. Super interactive. I really appreciate that when people are interactive with when I'm playing. It just makes it much more fun as well. And some great ideas. Guys, you are awesome. I will catch up with you very soon. I've enjoyed this so much this evening. I think we may stream on Thursday. We'll just have to see how it plays out. I will let you know on the day, sort of during the day, or maybe towards the evening time, because I usually stream at 10. So if I try and let you know by 7, you'll have a clearer idea of what's going on. Did I not put it in the description? Check the previous video. That's a good point. I will go in and add that in now once we finish here. Guys, you are awesome. Maz, just wait one moment. I'll put it in the description when we finish this video now, and then you can add that in. You can hopefully that'll be there. You are awesome, guys. Take care. I'll catch up with you very soon.